Hello, Leo. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Leo, this is going to be your May 2025 read. This will be your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that is you, welcome to the channel as always. And, discern the messages. Thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented, the ways you support the channel, how you show up here. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. And let's see what else. Oh, personal reads are open and available. That information, the email, can be found in the description box below and the about section of the page. And, comment, like, all the things that you guys do. Thank you. And for those of you that have made personal donations to the page, thank you for that very much. Leo, I will say, too, that donations are only for, if I could talk, the tags for Cash App and Venmo are only for donations that you'll see in the description box. For personal readings, that information is sent to you upon the receipt of your email, just so you know. All right, Leo, let's jump into it. Again, May 2025. I hope you all are doing well and fantastic. I'm a little out of touch with the astrology going on, so bear with me. I trust that no matter what needs to come through, Spirit is going to give that to me. I am a little congested. Voice isn't really projecting, and I've got this froggy sound in my throat. I think it's just allergies and the weather constantly changing, right? So bear with me as we go here. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on in the month of, I almost wanted to say January for you for some reason. So January could have been, Spirit is calling it an important catalyst for you. So I don't know like what was going on in January, and further to that, I remember saying to all the signs that it wasn't, January wasn't in the beginning of the new year as much as Aries season was. So I don't know what was going on third quarter of the year last year, also coupled with January of this year. So there's something about those two time frames, Leo, that you may want to take back, and Spirit's calling it identify with, or you may be identifying now with that time frame. Pisces, sensitize, that is sitting in our North Node as we speak, and then this tension, square, semi-square. I know there are some planets that are squaring. I think Pluto will be squaring off with some things. And, Leo, you're a fixed sign. There's a lot of fixed energy, I'm going to call it, that's happening in the sense of the way the fixed signs, you, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius, are being affected by the energy around us. Pluto doing its thing. So, and we'll see. Things are likely coming to a head, is what I'm hearing from Spirit as well. Spirit, if this is not the symphony that you've always asked for. So I don't know what this is about. Every reading I've done, Taurus continues to come out as we are in Taurus season. Retrograde and review. See, that's what I mean. There was something happening, and this is going to bring in, I don't know, there's some big changes here, Leo, getting ready to happen for you. Sixth house sustainability, Venus energy under that. That is Taurus and Libra. Again, North Node future. Some of you could be changing positions in work as well. So that could be part of it too, is work positions may be changing. That is going to lead to something very substantial in the near future for you. Also, this sixth house is, Spirit's also saying six positions, 6 jobs. Something could be being reduced down to six of anything. Again, I want to say position. So I don't have something going on with work there for you, Leo. But that's also a reminder of the past. So I will also say to you too, if you have a business or a place or something was going on in the past and you're trying to give it new life, you may be being redirected to 6 months ago, right? 6 weeks ago, 6 months ago, 6 years ago. It's going to be different for all of you. That is asking you to look at how you went about doing something, because Spirit's really asking you not to repeat a particular process here, okay? Okay, Leo. So sorry about the little break there. All right, so with that, you have the Descendant invitation, Virgo digest. There's a lot to take in here as you close a cycle and begin a new one here in the month of May for you, Leo, specifically. Spirit, specifically for you, Leo. I don't know that this necessarily has to do with anything or anybody else for that matter in the month of May. It's really about you understanding what new phase has come to a close, what new phase you can't see. And again, those positions. there's something very specific to position. So you could be holding a position in, I don't know, maybe you play sports, maybe you hold a position in a team, a position in, a life, your own life, other people's lives, a work. But the number 6, very repetitive here for some reason. And it's not even, well, actually I have it once, twice on the board here, but that number is sticking out very significantly, right? So that's something you're going to be going to want to be and absolutely be mindful of as to where that 6 fits into your life, okay, and what that representation of that is for you specifically. So there's a lot of spirit, a lot of specifics here, specifically. Okay, that's making sense. Spirit is saying there's no gray matter. So when they're talking about the specifics of, right, the specifics of this job, but the specifics of this position, it's almost like one of two things. For some of you, this is the only thing that matters. I don't know why, as I say that, 6:07 on the clock. For others of you, there may be more information to something, and you're asking for simply the specifics and the nature of a particular thing. So, it's almost like you're investigating and trying to understand a particular way or path or purpose to something that you may not feel like you have enough information on either. And there came a sneeze. I'm so sorry. My neighbors are cutting their grass today. There's a couple of them. I let the dog out, and I'm pretty sure it's probably just allergies, right? Hay fever kind of stuff. Oh, goodness. All right. Leo, for the month of May, Spirit, blossoming abundance and action. Spirit, pick one. Pick one scenario. I don't know what. Pick one scenario. Cornucopia and all tied up. Spirit is asking you to, in the thinking woman, is like, Leo, don't be in your mind overthinking a traditional outcome. Also, Spirit is saying no traditional outcomes are necessary here. This is not as you think that you would see it. This could take place in some other realm, some other way, some other way of being. The all tied up is allowing something to muddle up the mind more than it is even necessary. Spirit is saying there's more protection in a particular phase too that you're not anticipating in the month of May. It's like thinking worst case scenario, waiting for the other shoe to drop, but going, I really hope that this is the way that this goes for me. What is this all tied up about? Frustrated. So you may feel like you're not really making a lot of forward progress in a situation, I don't know, maybe if you are trying to, like, let's just say you're a boss or something of a particular thing where you typically have the power and control. Somebody else comes in and says, we're not going to do it that way. We have to do it this way. And you're not seeing why. The plans that you had today may feel gone tomorrow, Spirit is saying. All it's doing is revealing something back to you temporarily that needs to be addressed. So it's like when you make a plan for something, right? Like you could build a house, but you have steps to put in front of the house kind of thing, right? So it's like Spirit's asking you to take one more look at something here, Leo, to build upon it before you move totally forward in what it is that you're doing. Confession. This cornucopia is not just abundance, Leo. This is the truth being exposed. I mean, literally the truth being exposed. There's been something for a while that maybe you didn't see, even if this is tied to work. A department, thank you, Spirit, a department could be losing funding. The way they've done things could be changing. Again, Pluto, Aquarius, like there's a whole lot of that. Everything is revolutionizing. We have to move forward. Some particular area maybe being phased out of something. Another one could be, taking its place. We're just at a point here for you, Leo, in the month of May that things are going to have to start to change. Maybe, again, phase, something worked for a while, 6 months, 6 years, 6 whatever. The month of June could be specifically important as well, right? There's a review process. that's going on. And it's like, maybe from this point to this point, this worked out for everybody's benefit, right? But now here we are. We are really on a new timeline. There's new information at hand. There's new things that are happening. There's new things to consider. It's a lot to take in, but how do we address what we need to do moving forward? There's also the reality that a resentment is still very, it's still being shown. It's still being exposed. What is this about? Right, I will always enthusiastically share. There is some kind of support that comes in following this honesty, Leo. Somebody is excited to share. I had some dreams last night. My dreams are always foretelling. And I'm going to tell you, this is like somebody being in a mental prison, Leo. And maybe you're not sharing a lot of information, and somebody is trying to take anything positive for you, safe space and gossip, and turn it into something that is not, like, it's almost like they're trying to degrade, put down your spirit, your expertise. So again, if this is a job, let's say you had a specific degree in something, and, in business, you could say it was business management or accounting. I don't know, whatever, right? Who knows, right? But the point of it is like they could put you down like, yeah, you have that, but it's specialized, right? It's not diversified. It's not enough that you could expand on that. It's not enough that you could do more with that, or you should know more. Like, you don't have enough of something still. And I say still, right? It's still not enough. That need for control is being seen. It's like, this is just something that wastes time. It's gaslighting. It's manipulating. It's like it's being twisted, Leo. It's being twisted, or trying to be twisted to benefit some other sort of perception or scenario. Somebody here all tied up is not willing to let go of a past situation as well. Make sure, Leo, this is those fixed energies. Make sure that need to not let go is not you holding on to something as well. Okay, but I do think something is significantly changing here to move you out of that south node and into that north node. A double confirmation of that is we had Pisces, right? And the north node card as well coming out. So that's double confirmation of that north node that's transpiring. This distraction affairs card, right? That's third. It's any third party. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It's an addiction, right? It's something that it is a toxic attachment that still hasn't fully let itself go. Leo, most often for you guys, and I see it for you more than any other sign, is it's the work dynamic. It's the work dynamic. This may be feeling afraid to step out on your own and doing your own thing. If it's a partnership, if it's a group project, if it's Spirit saying just the need to branch out and do your own thing as a person, 1331. But it always seems to be related to your work, your working theories. Spirit is using the term working theories. And then so it's like somebody else could come in and take credit for your work, right? Or they may not be a team player, and you're seeing that pattern repeat, and it's like, damn it, like, I did this, I tried this, it was my idea. And someone else is once again taking credit for that. Frustrating, right? So it's like Spirit's wanting you to step out on your own. Spirit is wanting you to be a creator to your own world rather than to the world of others. It's a conversation I had this morning a little bit, I think. One, it seems to be a repeating theme over the last couple of days, but it's not living out somebody else's dream, or not letting them piggyback or pigtail off of what it is that you have been doing all this time, right? You do you, boo. Like, all right, Leo, what else for the month of May for Leo? This may destroy some of your relationships. And I want you, literally the street in an empty room. Like, once you become a tool that they can no longer use, right? You think about a discarded tool that doesn't work anymore. We throw it away. It's like it's no longer serves a purpose to us. For some of you too, if you're getting a new job and leaving another place, you could feel discarded, right? Spirit's saying you could feel discarded, like whatever. It's like, did you forget all the work I put into this place? Leo, it gives me this idea of you are replaceable, right? Like I seen a meme not long ago and it said, in any job, like God forbid you die, you are going to be replaced before your funeral is planned. Like you are another number. So it's the value too, Leo, of what you're putting into yourself. In a particular, literally the same card just came out straight. Exhibition. You've given all you've got to give until there's nothing left to give. And it's like, okay, other people have to step up to the plate, or other people, it's like, there's all these great ideas, or there's all this literally the same fucking cards, I kid you not, that came out, put them back in, straight an empty room. Once you go, there's nothing left. And literally this card of nothingness, if it was not for you, there would be nothing. So this is, again, somebody piggybacking off of your ideas, trying to show up as you are. This could be somebody with, it's like they trying to be you, right? That sounds a little weird. I don't like that. But like they're trying to be you. They're trying to show up as who you are and going, oh yeah, like I've got this person's personality and I've got this person's flair. But when you're removed from that situation, those things don't happen, right? So it's like, let these people be responsible. Let that situation, if it's a job, take a vacation. Take a break. Take a time off, right? Take a time out and see what the results prove to be. Thank you, Spirit. If you're feeling undervalued in the month of May, Leo, Spirit's telling you, take a step back. Focus on what you need instead of what other people need. So, if there is like these 6 positions or something, and let's say, Patty Sue got your promotion that you thought you were going to get, 17th, it keeps showing up for Scorpio, the 17th of any month, and Leo being your fixed sign, I would say pay attention to that, as Scorpio is a fixed sign. But it's like, take a break, focus on you. When they realize, like, there's something about that doesn't work without you being a part of that dynamic. Let them figure it out, right? Let them figure that out. Because it's going to, where there was any question, literally the same cards just keep, I see them on the underneath, I shuffle, and they come out anyhow. Pardon me as I dropped cards here somewhere. Oh gosh, they're the whole way over there. We're going to leave those there. They're going to realize, like, if they weren't certain where this was coming from or how things were working, they're going to see it now, right? They're going to start to see how this is playing out and where the source of anything is, right? There's going to be a lot to contemplate. Like this drink card there's a lot to contemplate. There's a lot to think about. I don't know, I really think like drinks, like some people sit down and have a drink at the end of the day. I mean, how many times in the movies have you seen, that guy or that emperor or whatever sitting there with a drink in hand after the end of the day and sitting there contemplating everything that just happened and going, wait a second. There is more here than meets the eye. There's more to think about in this situation because we need to progress forward. How do we progress forward without breaking the rules? Communication. Without breaking the rules, that creates a harmonious space that does not allow greed to disrupt it anymore. Rest. I said, like, it's almost like he's sitting back and taking a rest to review. And literally, we've got the Mars retrograde review card, right, with rest. So that is taking the moment, cultivative Taurus, to ponder how we've gotten to this particular point, how we've gotten to this situation that is leaving us feeling kind of stuck, and how do we navigate in a non-traditional viewpoint, but from a space of sustainability for the long term that keeps us out of feeling deprived of things, right? Depravity, and all tied up with the shadow, is like recognizing as well that in a particular situation, there's always going to be an opposing force. How do we get these two sides on a very different way to harmonize? And it's probably looking at the successes of a particular avenue of things, right? What is in short span as well is what I'm hearing. So it's like trusting your intuition here, Leo, as you move forward in this situation, that this is somebody comes up and shows up as they do because they're in financial turmoil as well. So you're going to want to be mindful, like, are they trying to get out of some sense of responsibility too, even if they're presenting and showing up differently, because the work card keeps coming into play. So this could very well, again, Leo, be your work. Somebody doesn't know how to let go of something. So how does Leo sunset? You may have to remove something from somebody, whether you want to or not. I don't think that that's been your go-to, because like I feel like in a particular situation, Leo, you've tried other adjustments, right? You've tried to make other things work. You've tried to stick to the norm, and realizing that for a particular situation, it doesn't seem to really matter at this point. Like, you can try every which way to Sunday, and the results are still the same. As Spirit, somebody is still going to bitch, moan, piss, and complain that they've been wrong. They've never, they haven't gotten what they needed. That there's problems, right? And you know, it's like they've been put out in the cold, according to them. So you may be dealing with something or someone with victim mode or victim mentality, right? But Spirit's asking you to make those adjustments. You may have to do something rather unconventional, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that it breaks the rules. Law. There's a collection, threats, loss of control, commitment, sacrifice. You know, it's like at some point and it's work related. Miracles happen in divine intervention. Leo, I'm going to say this to you. If you watch the situation just constantly progress out of control, and you're the one who's got the ability to go, you know what, enough is enough. 2202, the year of 22 could have been important. Do know that you may have what would be perceived as a fight on your hands from the past. The traditional aspects of things are changing significantly. We're no longer in a traditional viewpoint with Pluto and Aquarius. There's got to be a middle ground. There's got to be another way, because at the rate in which something is moving, it's starting to spiral out of control. Spirit, again. At some point, it's like if you took an oath or you agreed to your job, right? You think about this particular card says lawyer, judge, police. When we look over at what is evident, the Spirit that speaks the truth, what is evident that speaks the truth of a situation, there's constantly a need, like, of you could be getting pegged into a corner, they could be getting pegged into a corner, whatever this looks like for you. But this is also someone that is demanding, Queen of Cups, some sort of respect, that it's like, listen, I'm willing to play by the rule. I'm willing to nurture this. So you're dealing with somebody who's made a lot of sacrifices, Leo. You could be the one that's made a lot of sacrifices along the way to get things to where they are. 7 of Wands. And I think that standing in bravery, standing your ground, and it being in a favorable position to end conflict, 9 of Wands, is necessary here, right? Like, you always be able to tell, thank you, Spirit, you'll always be able to tell who is really trying to bring success into a situation, who has braved the storms. So that's 17 showing up. Aquarius energy. This has everything to do, 9 of Cups again, everything to do with Pluto and Aquarius energy. This is where you can nip it now. 9 of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Little offers will reign supreme. Like, there again, there's, Leo, this could be you trying to find resolve. I think you've tried to find resolve, 3 of Cups, with other people, and there are people who are just stingy, unfair, unequal. It's never enough. They don't manage things very well. They're indulgent, Spirit, in their sins. justice, the truth, the legality, not jumping to particular conclusions. There's different passions for different reasons here too. And I'm hearing from Spirit, if you knew half of what I knew, you would understand. So I don't know. It's like you could be a keeper of secrets. As I say that, there comes the Ace of Swords. That's the truth. Do I dare? Look at the moon. The moon, the tower. There is some epiphany of truth here that's getting ready to reign supreme, Leo, in some lives. You may be a deliverer of those official truths. Hearing official truths, a duality. You're maybe asking somebody to make a change, or trying to find a way to make a change. Taurus, Libra here, Gemini. You're giving somebody the opportunity to make different decisions and potentially putting a time frame on this. So if you're dealing with an employer yourself, going, look, this is where I am, and these things are going to need to change by this date, or this is what's going to have to happen. I do feel like there's a time frame, a tower moment. Five of Wands is trying to bring something to a close, right? That needed to happen some time ago. I think this was like, give somebody the space and the time to prove who they are. See if they have Spirit learned valuable lessons, and if not, then we will address it from there, right? And that's how I feel about this. I'm going to check one more thing, Leo, and then I'm going to end this for you guys. But the month of May, there's a lot coming to life, and I think you're going to deal with multiple situations. You're going to see who's feeding negativity and who is trying to bridge gaps. For Leo, language of light, 18, rediscovery, humble wonder, or communication. May is going to be highly charged for you in communication. Golden light ray, giving gifts, passionate projects, receiving love and laughter. It's going to be very much about the communication. Like, it's like a no-nonsense approach to let's love life, let life love us. And understanding that ego-based action and indecision that causes additional chaos will not be the way forward. So this is rectifying peace within your life. This is rectifying change. Even if some things are out of your hands, you will set things up for personal realizations that are going to slow things down and allow for things to kind of shake themselves out. So the only thing you need to worry about is long-term, there's a 17 again, long-term inaction, whatever that means for you. I think that's going to mean different things, but who is really the numbers 22 and 17 are very specific, Leo, as well as 6. So be aware of that. But this is the karmic scales, violent fire and flames being rebalanced, whatever that means for you. Leo, I'm leaving it there. Great internal message here from Spirit on what is fair, just, and balanced, right? I'm going to leave it right there, Leo. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I hope that this message was helpful for you. Sending you all love, light. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.